She's coming.
We have come to explore the fort. We are at the bottom of the fort and we have to work our way to the top. At the gates of Amherst's fort, there is a big statue of
Field Marshal Earl Kitchener of Khartoum.
We walk up the hill. There are 2 old cannons guarding the car park to make sure you pay your parking fee. There are underground tunnels, but they have them blocked off. All over, they have old bombs and cannonballs that they would have used in olden times.
What?
This is a whole town. Look there, I can see this leg. Did you see that leg? Yeah, leg. What is that? He must be,
Yeah, a guard.
that whack for a goal. But you can only see the legs sticking up.
I don't know how they would have lifted them to load the cannons as they are very heavy. This one is so big, it would have needed a small team to load it. It is one of 2 prototypes ever made in 1857.
What's this? What, the paranormal?
Yeah, I think old Dad got as far as the car park.
Amazing that these were so many years ago.
The early settlement of Chatham was huddled around what we now know as St. Mary's Church, looking out over the River Medway. Early records indicate a settlement here as far back as the Stone Age over 3,000 years ago. Evidence of prehistoric, Roman, Jutish and Saxon activity was found during the building of the Chatham lines. Imagine a time when Britain's power lay in its dominance of the oceans. Since Tudor times, over 400 years ago, Chatham Dockyard built, repaired, and maintained Britain's warships. From the defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588 to the 20th century Cold War, Chatham played a vital role. These old cannons looking out over docks and town to sea for any invading ships. Just imagine being on guard up here, knowing it's up to you to look out and be ready to load and fire at incoming ships.
can't get through. It's not really going to have to go round. And so you can't get through, you're probably going to have to go round. Oh, there is a tunnel there. Yeah. Viewing point. No, I think it used to go down, but the hedge is all grown and through. You can't get through.
You can't.
Well, that's not the way it goes. It goes back to the other side.
How can we get down?
She's coming.
Immediately, the seaward defenses were strengthened. However, some people believe that the docks could also be attacked from the landward side, and that the high land around Chatham should be strategically used to protect them. Unfortunately, the people and buildings of the ancient town of Chatham were in the way. The old town was demolished and rebuilt on the marshland at the bottom of the hill where modern-day Chatham is now.
Over there, isn't it? You know, straight ahead.
Yeah.
That brown one, it's all edged in white. What's that, Lord Nelson?
Yeah, looks like it.
Napoleonic Wars, 1799 to 1815. The Napoleonic Wars were a series of conflicts between European nations and the French Republic, led by Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon was ambitious for power. He had risen from the post of artillery officer during the French Revolution to become first emperor of the French in 1804. It was vital that Britain was prepared for attack. During this time, Britain's navy and soldiers were as well trained as possible. Fort Amherst and the people of Chatham would have been on constant high alert, ever ready for a land-based attack. A British fleet, under Admiral Lord Nelson, fought and defeated the French Navy at sea in the Battle of Trafalgar, 1805. However, the wars continued until Napoleon was defeated at the Battle of Waterloo in June 1815 by a combined European army commanded by the Duke of Wellington. Preparation. In the late 1700s and early 1800s, the lower lines were built. Fort Amherst was strengthened with the addition of Spur Battery and Prince William's Battery at Chatham's highest point, and a hornwork, an Italian style of fortification. The guardhouse and bridge that protected the roads was also rebuilt. Cannon were placed around what was now commonly known as the Chatham lines. Cannon must have dry gunpowder, so the Fort Amherst Grand Magazine was built as the main powder store. Tunnels. Part of the site included a chalk pit with caves. These caves were extended between 1776 and 1805, creating underground tunnels and gun positions that would be well protected in the event of a siege, and allow the enemy to be fired on without being seen. The tunnels were equipped with a well, privies, gun positions. Tunnels. Part of the site included a chalk pit with caves. These caves were extended between 1776 and 1805, creating underground tunnels and gun positions that would be well protected in the event of a siege, and allow the enemy to be fired on without being seen. The tunnels were equipped with a well, privies, gun positions, musket galleries, and defendable gateways. Soldiers' life Fort Amherst was on high alert. Army life was harsh and the pay was low, at 1 shilling a day for a private soldier. Not an attractive job. There was no forced enlistment, and most soldiers signed up for the bounty of 23 17s/6d. They were expected to get up early, do a variety of jobs, and train to fight. The Duke of Wellington famously declared his men to be the scum of the earth, adding, however, that it is wonderful that we should have made them to the fine fellows they are. Married soldiers received only a half ration extra of food, but not all wives could stay at the fort. Training ground. After the victory at Waterloo, technology quickly changed. Guns were developed with a greater firing range, and in 1820, Chatham's once state-of-the-art defenses were declared obsolete. However, during Victorian times, the entire fortifications were used as a training ground for the British Army.
Nearly lost my hat, it's so windy up here. We're high up now, as high as the cranes now.
In fact, for entertainment, thousands of people descended on Chatham to view these practice sieges, which are described in detail in Charles Dickens' book, The Pickwick Papers. World War I. The world's first anti-aircraft guns were mounted here to protect the dockyard from aircraft and zeppelins. Fort Amherst and the Chatham lines were used to train Royal Engineers and other soldiers for battle in France. War II. Winston Churchill declared the Chatham area to be a nodal point to be defended at all costs. The Chatham lines were adapted to form anti-tank ditches. Anti-aircraft guns were installed at Fort Amherst and used. The tunnels became a civil defense control center and a military anti-invasion HQ. The Fort Amherst tunnels were adapted for civil defense coordination for the North Kent region. Air raid precautions was operated by Medway Group Control. Messages were taken by phone, usually by women, and emergency services are given instructions of where help was required during an attack. Today, a section of the tunnels has been realistically reconstructed and equipped to demonstrate how people lived and worked in the tunnels during this time. Dark and eerie, I bet it is more creepy at night. This whole part of the fort has collapsed in. They have started to rebuild some of the old walls. There is a small hole in the wall, or tunnel it may be, where they had a fire. This is the Prince William Barracks, where the detachment of artillery looked after the guns. There are all different sizes and shapes of cannons laid out. This looked as if it was 2 levels, but the floor had collapsed in. And the hill still keeps going up.
That one goes down somewhere. Steps down.
With more cannons facing over the city and cannonballs in a row. There are numbers and symbols on all the cannons. The balls all have holes in the middle of them. so I finally made it to the very top. You can see all around from here. It is an amazing view, but the wind is very strong and cold. It's time to start heading back down.
Did you walk all the way to the cenotaph?
No, just up to the top there.
It's a bit of a distance away, isn't it?
Yeah, but you've got the path, but it's further down along, but I don't think it's too far. I don't know. There's like in between a cricket pitch or something here, and it's like the other. I suppose you could do it. There's a viewpoint up there, and then I don't know what's this side. I ain't been this side yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see right across there.
There are more cannons. These are all short and wide. They are all blocked up. This looks like a meeting place or dining hall. Probably use it for entertainment or shows now. The rifles are gone, but there are long-ranged cannons left. Rifle Brigade. There is another lane down to a church and a park to look around, before going back down to look at the more modern World War II bombs and long guns used to shoot down German planes. These are some thick steel armor plates.
You turn that one, I'll turn this one, we'll see if it moves. No, it's all right. To turn it, oh, you not got any your side?
No.
So do you rusted anyway?
Shame.
Yeah, 2 seats in there. Oh, your one. Oh no, this one would have had a crank the same as that side, but it's gone. What do I do? Just hold it. Look through there and just hold it. Sit with that. I don't know. It's emptied out, it's hollow. A German SC250, well, yeah.
Oh, it was dropped over the Medway towns during the Second World War. See this? I think this is amazing.
Yeah.
It could fire 6,000 feet up
Yeah.
in the air.
Spotlight.
Anti-aircraft search. Manufactured in 1940. Now shout, freedom.
Freedom.
And may God the Creator be with you always.
And don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe and comment. It's completely free.